Hello everyone, myself Sneha Shah from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology from the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. Today I will explain you some examples based on direct form 1 and direct form 2 structure for IIR filter from the subject of digital signal processing. The first example is obtain direct form 1 and 2 realization of a system described by y of n minus 3 by 4 y of n minus 1 plus 1 by 8 y of n minus 2 is equals to x of n plus 1 by 2 x of n minus 1. To solve this example, if this type of difference equation is given to you, then first of all you will write down the difference equation as it is, like y of n minus 3 by 4 y of n minus 1 plus 1 by 8 y of n minus 2 is equals to x of n plus 1 by 2 x of n minus 1. Now to solve this example, first of all we will take Z transform. So this will gives you y of n will convert into y of z minus 3 by 4 constant will remain as it is. Now you have to apply over here the time shifting property of the Z transform. So if we will applying the time shifting property, the Z transform of y of n equals to y of z, and because of this minus 1, this will be multiplied with z raised to minus 1. So next term is 1 by 8 is constant as it is. Because of this y of n will convert into y of z, and because of this minus 2 we will multiply the factor z raised to minus 2. Similarly, if we will finding z transform of this part, it will gives you x of n, z transform is x of z plus 1 by 2 will remain as it is. Because of this minus 1 we will multiplying z raised to minus 1 into x of z. Now the next rule is we have to take common part of y of z one side, and at the other side we will take x of z as a common part. So if we will taking y of z as common part, over here the term will remain 1. 1 into y of z means y of z minus 3 by 4 z inverse y of z will taken common part plus 1 by 8 z raised to minus 2 into y of z. Similarly, if we will taking the common part x of z over here, so the term will remain as a 1 plus 1 by 2 z raised to minus 1. Now the next term is we have to find out the value of h of z. Now how we will finding h of z? What is the term h of z? If we will taking any system, in the input we will taking x of n, it will converting in terms of x of z. Output will consider as a y of n, it will gives you the term as a y of z. So if we will finding the transfer function of this, it will considering as a h. So h will consider as output upon input. So h of z equals to y of z upon x of z. So basically we have to find out the value of y of z upon x of z. Y of z upon x of z will gives you the term as h of z. So to find out y of z upon x of z from this difference equation, we will start from the writing the term as y of z upon x of z is equals to, if x of z goes over here, so this term will goes over here. So the term will becomes like this: 1 plus 1 by 2 z inverse upon 1 minus 3 by 4 z raised to minus 1 plus 1 by 8 z raised to minus 2. Now as you know that y of z upon x of z equals to h of z, so we will write like this: y of z, but y of z upon x of z equals to h of z. So we will write down h of z equals to 1 plus, you can see from this term, 1 plus 1 by 2 z inverse divided by 1 minus 3 by 4 z inverse plus 1 by 8 z raised to minus 2. So we will write down this term as 1 plus 1 by 2 z inverse upon 1 minus 3 by 4 z inverse plus 1 by 8 z raised to minus 2. So this term will remain as it is, but this term will convert into h of z, because output upon input equals to transfer function or impulse response, which is h of z. Now what will be the next step? So to convert any difference equation in its direct form 1 and direct form 2 part, we will starting from this. Suppose if I am taking any system which is a transfer function h of z, input is x of z and the output is y of z. What is direct form 1 structure? Direct form 1 structure will be designed by h of z will taken as, suppose if I am taking h of z equals to numerator upon denominator, so this part will representing like this a into 1 by b. Now this a will representing as h1 of z and this 1 upon b will representing as h2 of z. So with multiplication of this h1 of z and h2 of z, it will gives you the output as a h of z. So we will applying this rule. So this h of z will convert into two part, h1 of z into h2 of z. It means it is basically considered as cascade form. So this one is h1 of z and this one is h2 of z, and combinedly it will consider as h of z. So it will gives you the output as y of z. Now we have to find what is the value of h1 of z and what is the value of h2 of z. As I have told you that h1 of z means numerator part. So this term will consider as h1 of z. Now suppose if we are taking input signal as x, then its output will consider as intermediate term w. So it will representing as w of z and it is given as an input to the second system. So it will gives you the output as a y of z. Now from this, if we will finding the value of w of z, what is the value of w of z? W of z will representing as h1 of z equals to w of z upon x of z. Similarly, if we will finding the value of h2 of z, its value equals to y of z upon w of z. So I am writing like this: h1 of z equals to w of z upon input x of z, and second term h2 of z will representing as output upon its input, means y of z upon w of z. Now as I have taken h of z equals to 1 plus 1 by 2 z inverse upon 1 minus 3 by 4 z inverse plus 1 by 8 z raised to minus 2. This term is we had already derived up to this, right? So I have taken this term as it is over here. Now this term will representing in terms of h1 of z and h2 of z. So the value we will taking like this. Here we will take h1 of z equals to the numerator part, means 1 plus 1 by 2 z inverse and if we will taking h2 of z, h2 of z will consider as 1 upon 1 minus 3 by 4 z inverse plus 1 by 2 z raised to minus 2. So h2 of z equals to 1 upon h1 of z means numerator part and h2 of z means denominator part. So it will gives you the output like this, right? Now we will equating this equation number 1 with this equation number 3 and the equation number 2 with this equation number 4. So because of that, the next step is w of z upon x of z equals to this term. So we will writing like this: w of z upon x of z equals to 1 plus 1 by 2 z inverse. Now if I am simplifying this term, it will gives you the output as w of z equals to 1 into x of z, means x of z plus 1 by 2 z inverse into x of z. This term will multiply with this both terms. So it will gives you the answer like this. Now you will find out inverse z transform of this. So inverse z transform of w of z will becomes equals to w of n. Inverse z transform of x of z equals to x of n, plus over here we will applying the time shifting property, the constant term will remain as it is 1 by 2. X of z will convert into x of n, and because of this z raised to minus 1, it will gives you the shifting by a factor of 1. So it will gives you the answer like this, right? Now from this we will drawing the first stage. So if we are taking the input part as x of n, so it will gives you the output part as a w of n. So if we will finding w of n, how w of n will gives you the answer as w of n. What is w of n? W of n equals to x of n, right? So this one is x of n plus this part. So this part plus we will adding another part. So because of this addition of two part, it will gives you the answer as a w of n, right? Now we have to find out x of n minus 1. Now what is x of n minus 1? Delay by 1 unit. So from this point we will taking delay, and delay will be representing like z raised to minus 1, right? So if we are applying x of n to this z raised to minus 1, so it will gives you the answer as x of n minus 1, means delay by 1 unit. Now this term will multiply with 1 by 2 constant. So from this part we will multiplying 1 by 2. So it will gives you the answer as 1 by 2 into x of n minus 1. This will gets added with the term x of n. So because of the addition of this two term, it will give you the output as w of n. So this one is the first part which is representing as h1 of z. So this part will representing as h1 of z. Similarly, we have to find h2 of z. Now what is h2 of z? h2 of z equals to y of z upon w of z, and h2 of z equals to this term, right? So we will equating these two terms, so it will gives you the answer like this. Y of z upon w of z is equals to 1 upon 1 minus 3 by 4 z inverse plus 1 by 8 z raised to minus 2, right? So we will cross multiplying these two terms, so it will gives you the answer like this. Y of z into 1 means y of z minus 3 by 4 z inverse into y of z plus 1 by 8 z raised to minus 2 into y of z is equals to w of z into 1 means w of z. Now as you know that output of this term will be y of z, so all these terms will goes over here, so it will give you the answer like this. Y of z equals to w of z plus 3 by 4 z raised to minus 1 y of z minus 1 by 8 z raised to minus 2 y of z. Because these two terms goes over here, so minus will convert into plus and plus will convert into minus. So the final term will be like this. Now the next term is we have to find inverse z transform of this. So what is inverse z transform? Y of z will convert into y of n, w of z will convert in terms of w of n, and this term will convert in terms of 3 by 4 is constant as it is. Z inverse y of z means using time shifting property, it will consider as y of n minus 1 minus 1 by 8 as it is. Because of this y of z, it will convert into y of n, and because of time shifting property, because of z raised to minus 2, we will return like this n minus 2. So this is your final term. Now from this we have to draw the structure. So how will drawing the structure? W of n is considered as input, so it will gives you the output as a y of n, right? So if we will finding its output, how it will find? W of n into 1, so w of n into 1 plus this part, so it will gives you the output as a y of n. Now where we will putting the delay unit? Y of n minus 1, so delay in this output, right? So we will put delay unit over here. So y of n goes in this delay unit, so it will gives you the answer as a y of n minus 1. This will get multiply with 3 by 4. So from that part we will multiplying 3 by 4. This will gets added with this w of n. So because of this two terms summation, it will give you the final answer of y of n, right? Similarly this term is also there, so we will applying another unit delay. So z inverse, so it will give you the answer as y of n minus 2. It will get multiplied with minus 1 by 8. So we will multiplying over here minus 1 by 8. This part will add with this part, and this both part will add with w of n. It will gives you the final answer of y of n. So this term will representing as h2 of z. Now if we'll merging this h1 of z with h2 of z, so it will gives you the final answer of h of z. So starting with this, if I am writing h of z, input is x of n and output is y of n. So this part will convert into two parts, h1 of z and h2 of z. So x of n will be like this and over here the y of n. So after merging this two term, it will gives you the final term as h of z. So this is the final structure. So to draw the final structure of direct form 1, I will start from this part. First of all, I am drawing this part. Output of it is given to this part. So after merging these two terms, it will gives us the final answer. So starting with this, over here we will remember like this x of n, w of n, over here z inverse plus and 1 by 2. So I will draw the diagram like this. X of n is input, it will gives you the output as w of n, and from that if we will taking w of n as input, it will gives us the output as a y of n, right? So after merging this, we will drawing the final direct form 1 structure. Now from this, z inverse will get multiply with 1 by 2 and this 2 part will added, it will gives you the output as a w of n. Now from this we will taking a delay unit, it will multiply by 3 by 4. Now from this we will taking another delay unit, it will multiply with minus 1 by 8. This part will added with this part and this both part will added with this part. So it will gives you the final answer as a y of n. So this is the final structure of direct form 1. Now in this you can see that the number of delay units are 1, 2 and 3 and the number of summation parts are 3. So to reduce this complexity, we will drawing the next type of structure, which is direct form 2 structure. As you know that h of z we had considered as like a by b, so it will representing like a into 1 by b, right? In this I had taken a as h1 of z and 1 by b as h2 of z, and h1 of z into h2 of z will gives you the final answer of h of z. We had drawn the direct form 1 structure like this, right? Now instead of this, if we are taking like this a by b, if we are representing this as a 1 by b into a, then this 1 by b will representing as h1 of z and this a will representing as h2 of z. So if we are writing h1 of z, the value of h1 of z equals to 1 by b and h2 of z equals to a. It means we will taking denominator part as h1 and numerator part as h2, then we will draw the direct form 2 structure. So you can see that this one is numerator part and this one is denominator. So if we will rearranging this two term, suppose if we are writing this, then this one is h1 of z, right? And this part is considered as h2 of z. So this, because of this h1 of z and h2 of z, this h1 of z is numerator part and h2 of z is denominator part. If we will rearranging this two term, means if we are drawing this part as first and this part as the last term, then it will look like this. we will starting from x of n, it will gives you the term w of n, it will gives you the term output y of n. Now from this part we will taking z inverse, another z inverse. This part will multiply by 3 by 4. This part will multiply with minus 1 by 8. And this two part will get added with input x of n. So it will give you the final output w of n. From this, if we are taking the numerator part afterwards, then it will look like this. So now you can see that this one is denominator part and this one is numerator part. So it will be opposed to the direct form 1 structure, right? So now from this you can see that these two delay units can be merged. So because of that, number of delay units or number of memory locations can be reduced by using this direct form 2 structure. So if we will draw the final direct form 2 structure, it will look like this. If we are taking input as x of n, then it will give you the output as w of n and output of it equals to y of n. From this we will taking delay unit. Delay unit will give you the two output. It will multiply with 1 by 2, so it will give you the output for numerator part, and over here it will give you the term for the denominator part. So after merging these two terms, it will give you the final answer like this. So this is your final structure, which one is direct form 2 structure. So in this part will consider as h1 of z, which is denominator, and this part will consider as h2 of z, which is numerator part. So if we will taking denominator part first and numerator at last, then it will gives you the direct form 2 structure. In this, the number of memory locations can be reduced by merging this delay unit. So this is the more advantageous form. So in the next session, we will use this direct form 2 structure directly to construct the cascade or parallel form structure. Thank you.